Good evening. Today I am going to tell about the conservation of law. Law of conservation of electric charge. According to this law, the total electric charge on an isolated system remains constant. For example, if an uncharged glass rod is rubbed with an uncharged silk cloth, the glass rod becomes positively charged and the silk cloth becomes negatively charged. The positive charge on the glass rod is equal to the negative charge on the silk cloth. Explanation. When a glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth, the glass rod loses electrons and hence becomes positively charged. These electrons are transferred to the silk cloth and hence becomes negatively charged as electron has negative charge. The number of positive charge on the glass rod is equal to the number of negative charge on the silk cloth. Here, total charge on the system glass rod plus silk cloth before rubbing is equal to 0. Total charge on the system after rubbing is equal to positive plus negative is equal to 0, which is the law of conservation of charge. Note, isolated system. Any system on which no external force or influence acts is known as an isolated system. Second, law of conservation of mass energy. According to Einstein, mass and energy are interconvertible quantities. That is, mass of a system can be converted into energy and the energy of a system can be converted into mass, but the sum of mass and energy of a system remains constant. The energy E is equivalent to mass m is given by the relation E is equal to mc square, where c is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second is the speed of light in air or vacuum. This is the principle of atomic and nuclear bonds. Atomic and nuclear masses are converted into energy according to this relation E is equal to mc square. These days, atomic and nuclear masses are extensively used to generate electric power. Third, law of conservation of energy. According to this law, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed but can be changed from one form to another form. For example, the total energy of a freely falling body remains constant. When a body is dropped from a certain height, its potential energy goes on decreasing and its kinetic energy goes on increasing, but the sum of total energy at any instant remains the same. Fourth, law of conservation of linear momentum. According to this law, the total momentum of an isolated system remains conserved. Linear momentum of a body is the product of its mass and velocity. It is denoted by p vector. That is, p vector is equal to mv vector. For example, a gun recoils when a bullet is fired from it. Before firing, the system gun plus bullet is at rest, so its linear momentum is 0. After firing, the bullet moves forward with very high velocity. To conserve the linear momentum of the system, the gun moves backward. Fifth, law of conservation of angular momentum. According to this law, the total angular momentum of a system remains conserved if no external torque. Note, angular momentum of a system or a particle about an axis of rotation is defined as the product of linear momentum of the system or the particle and its perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. That is, angular momentum L vector is equal to linear momentum p vector into perpendicular distance of the system or the particle from axis of rotation. For example, when an ice skater executing a spin, then the net torque on her is very close to 0 because there is relatively little friction between her skates and the ice, and the friction is exerted very close to the pivot point. Note, the conservation laws plays an important role in the understanding various physical phenomena of the natural world. This implies that some quantity remains constant even when matter suffers drastic changes involving motion, collisions, interactions and reaction. That's all in this video. Thank you.